Hello, this is Mw3, also known as Silent Shot, and before I get into Don't You Just Hate Episode 5, this gameplay of Drop Zone is by far one of the most entertaining ones that I have received while playing Modern Warfare 3, and you will find out by watching this whole video, so please watch this whole video. And another thing, please leave some questions so I can do some question and answers for everyone, but I will keep doing the series Don't You Just Hate because a lot of people seem to enjoy it. But anyways, let's just get right into the comments. So the first one is, don't you just hate when there's a dog in your neighborhood that barks at everything? Yes, everyone hates this. I have a neighbor that barks at everything. The dogs will go stand on the windowsill and look out the window. If they see a leaf blowing by in the breeze of the wind, the dog will start having a seizure, wanting to kill the leaf, and start barking sporadically and will not stop. And it is very annoying. The dog will bark at everything. It will bark at people walking. It will bark at dogs. But I can see that dogs will always bark at dogs because dogs are curious and sniffing other dogs' butts. And has anyone ever sniffed a person's butt? Leave a comment saying if you have. I have not. But anyways, the dog really is crazy because it just barks at everything. And you can't get any rest. It just does it randomly too. It can ruin your day. Not really, but I'm just saying that. Okay, next one. Don't you just hate when people walk slow in the hallways? This is referring to, any place, mostly school, college. But say you're at an airport and you're trying to walk somewhere, you have to get to your flight, and people walk like 2 miles per hour, and you need to walk about 5 miles per hour to get there approximately in a minute and a half, and you're going to miss your flight if you don't, and you just want to start throwing elbows everywhere because people walk really slowly, and it's really annoying. But in school, that's the worst feeling. Either you have to get to a class all the way across the school, or you're in a rush and people walk so slow just talking to their buddies when you're supposed to get to class, and you just want to push them down on the ground and just like step all over their bodies, but you can't do that because you'll get in trouble, and then you're gonna have to go see your principal or whoever's in charge at your school, and you might get detention for that. So I'm just warning you, if anyone's walking slow, I highly suggest you start throwing some elbows in there and you start pushing them down or tripping them just to get your way through. I highly suggest you do that. That is not sarcasm, and if you get in trouble, blame me, because blame the internet for everything, because internet is where everything bad is. Yeah. So the next one is, don't you just hate when you answer your parents normally, like oh, come down here, son, oh, how you doing, and then you just answer them, and then they come back at you like, oh, don't talk back to me like that. If you know what I mean, like, say your parents call you down and they're like, son, come here, and you're like, okay, and then when you get there, they're like, oh, why'd you have that attitude with me? Oh, you're grounded. Now you're grounded for a year, and you're never going to do anything for the rest of your life. And some parents overreact. My parents don't really overreact. I can call them by the first names. They don't freak out at me. And, some parents are like super uptight and strict. They'll just be like, okay, you're grounded for a week for talking back to me. Go clean your mouth out with soap. And no breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I'm going to starve you, chain you up, and beat you because you had a manly tone in your voice when you spoke back to me. So some parents are like that. My parents are. And if your parents are like that, you maybe should have a heart-to-heart conversation about them. Say some random 17-year-old told you to talk to you about life and not to freak out when you answer them. So blame everything on me. So if you ever get in trouble, just blame it on me. Be like, yeah, some kid who lives in America did it. Yep, just blame it on me. But anyways, next one. Don't you just hate when you like a girl, like you tell her you like her, and then she says, I like you too, but then she's like, just as friends? That has to be by far the worst possible thing for a male companion to say to a female companion, when you're like, oh, I think I like you. And then the lady's like, oh, I like you too, just as a friend. Super friend zoned inbound. And that's like by far one of the worst feelings that you could ever have. Or it's like you really like this person, but you can't really like them because they don't really like you enough to go out. And, it's just a terrible feeling because you can't do anything about it because you can't sway their options unless you go all back in the day Eminem on it and chain them up and, torture them or throw you in the back of the trunk and drive your car off a bridge into a river and kill them. But if you're really obsessed like that, I think you go see a doctor or something, one of those people that talk to you about your feelings, a therapist, because if you really want to do that to a girl, there is something completely wrong with you, and you should really go see a therapist. But that is by far the worst feeling, to have a girl not like you, but you like her. Or in other ways, like, say you have a friend, and your friend has a sister and you like her and you can't do anything about it. That's by far another worst feeling, because it's like, it's really, really awkward then. Like, even more awkward than being friend zoned, but that's like super awkward. Say you have a best friend and you like best friend's sister. That's like super, super duper awkward. And it's kind of like, what? You can't do that? That's like, it's like, I don't know, it's like kind of like loving your sister, I guess, in a weird way, like rednecks do. But anyways, that wraps about it up. I don't feel like getting into another one because I want to save some more. So don't be afraid to leave some more Don't You Just Hate. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I need to get to more gameplays because I am running out. And, that's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed. I notice a lot of people like this series, so I'm going to keep it going. And I have changed my mind. I am getting Black Ops 2 the day it comes out because, it's just a new Call of Duty, and I'm kind of excited for it. Not super, but I am getting the day it comes out, not midnight release, because I have school during that day, I think. I'm not sure when it comes out. I am not positive, but hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully this makes your holiday even better, and see you later.